Good morning. Good morning, everybody. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. Um, I want to say a special hi to Avon and to JT and to Rose and Ren. I hope you're doing good this morning. I miss you guys so much. So, today I wanted to read another fun story to you. The story is called Officer Bucko and Gloria. It was written by and illustrated by Peggy Rathman. Um, you can see on the front cover, this is the front cover of the book, there are the words Officer Bucko and Gloria. There is a special symbol right here. I'm going to talk to you about that in a minute. And there's some children. Looks like an assembly. An assembly is like a group of people that get together, whether it's to watch a movie or to listen to some important information. Schools have assemblies all the time. Sometimes they're fun and entertaining, sometimes they're just information. Sometimes you have assemblies to listen to other kids sing or play instruments. So at this assembly, there is this person. This is Officer Buckle. Officer Buckle is a police officer. This is a dog. Now, this dog's name is Gloria. Now, there are some police officers who have police dogs. They're actually working dogs. They work alongside the police officer to help protect the police officer, protect the community. And sometimes the police officer will bring um, dogs to assemblies. I know the police officer at our school would bring a dog named Aries, his canine officer, who just retired, I think, it'll be like 3 weeks ago, maybe. So Aries was done being a working canine officer and was going to now spend um, his time laying in the sun, playing outside, just taking lots of extra naps and just having time to enjoy his doggy life. Um, and there's a new canine officer. I can't remember what the new dog's name will be, but that dog Aries will just live with his family and then just enjoy his life. In this story, Officer Buckle and Gloria are at a school, again, doing an assembly. And an assembly, again, is a group coming together to listen to something or learn something. And today it looks like it's going to be something that has something to do with police officers and canine officers. Now, if you think about what a police officer does, they're supposed to help keep us safe. So, safety is an important part of being a police officer. So, I wanted to show you this page right here. This page is one of the end pages. And on this page, you see a lot of stars, and it looks like they're tacked up on like a bulletin board. And on these stars, I'll just read you a couple. It says things like this: obey all traffic signals. That sounds like something that's like a rule, like something important that we need to follow. Oh, here comes Hope. I think she wants to hear the story too. She's not a canine officer, though, is she? She's a cat. I don't know if you could be a canine officer, Hope. She is just being silly. She does not. What do you want to do, Hope? Here's another one. Never bother a big dog while it's eating. Hey, that's kind of important, right? Because it's the dog's food, and maybe if you just go to try to take its food, it might think you're trying to steal its food, and it doesn't have words. Dogs don't have words like people, so that's not a good idea. So anyway, here's some safety tips I think that Officer Buckle is sharing with us. So, oh, here's something else. I don't think this one, where's the title page? Remember we sang the title page song? I'm going to turn back. I don't see the title page. Let's see if there's the title page. So let's sing our title page song. This is the title page. This is the title page. Title, author, illustrator on the title page. At the bottom of the page is the publisher's name and the city where the book was made. That's the title page. All right. So I hope you sang that with me. And it looks like on this title page, Officer Buckle is writing some things. He's probably thinking maybe about what he's going to say at this assembly. So let's see what happens in our story. Officer Buckle knew more safety tips than anyone else in Napville. Every time he thought of a new one, he thumbtacked it to his bulletin board. Safety tip number 77. Never stand on a swivel chair. Oops, here's a swivel chair. It's a chair that has wheels. Look what happened. Oops, he is falling. That's not a good idea, is it? A chair on wheels to stand on. Not a good idea. Officer Buckle shared his safety tips with the students at Napville School. Nobody ever listened. Sometimes there was snoring. Uh-oh. That means they fell asleep, right? Afterward, it was business as usual. Mrs. Topple, the principal, took down the welcome banner. Never stand on a swivel chair, said Officer Buckle. But Mrs. Topple didn't hear him. Uh-oh. What is he worried about? That maybe she would fall, just like he did. Oh, look. There's a kid. What's happening here? Looks like he's tripping over his shoelace. He needs to tie that shoelace. And over here, there's kids falling down the steps because somebody had too many books in their hand. Uh-oh. Wonder if that's the librarian. And the book bonked somebody on the head. It's kind of sad that would happen, right? Because accidents can happen, people can get hurt. Anyway, let's continue. So here is Officer Buckle in his K9, his police car, and he has Gloria. So it says, then one day, Napville's police department bought a police dog named Gloria. When it was time for Officer Buckle to give the safety speech at the school, Gloria went along. Children, this is Gloria, announced Officer Buckle. Gloria obeys my commands. Gloria, sit. And Gloria sat. Officer Buckle gave safety tip number 1. Keep your shoelaces tied. The children sat up and stared. Now take a look at this illustration. What is happening? So Officer Buckle's given his tip, but pay attention to everything that Gloria does in the story, okay? Officer Buckle checked to see if Gloria was sitting at attention. She was. Okay, I'm going to turn the page. I want you to check out Gloria on the next page. Safety tip number 2, said Officer Buckle. Always wipe up spills before someone slips and falls. The children's eyes popped. Look at Gloria. What's Gloria doing? Now, do you think Officer Buckle knows that Gloria is standing on her head? Officer Buckle checked on Gloria again. Good dog, he said. Officer Buckle thought of a safety tip he had discovered that morning. So there's Gloria. She's looking at him like, what? I'm not doing anything. Never leave a thumbtack where you might sit on it. Now, a thumbtack is like a pin that you can use to like put things on a bulletin board. You might have seen those before. The audience roared. Uh-oh. What is Gloria doing? Is she pretending something? What is she pretending? That she sat on a thumbtack? Because they're pointy. They hurt if you sit on it or step on it. Officer Buckle grinned. He said the rest of the tips with plenty of expression. The children clapped their hands and cheered, and some of them laughed until they cried. Officer Buckle was surprised. He had never noticed how funny safety tips could be. After this safety speech, there wasn't a single accident. Huh. The next day, an enormous envelope arrived at the police station. It was stuffed with thank you letters from the students at Napville. Every letter had a drawing of Gloria on it. Officer Buckle thought the drawing showed a lot of imagination. Here's what this one says. Dear Gloria and Officer Buckle, thanks for coming to our school. You are nice. Your friend George. So they were really happy. But who do you think they really enjoyed seeing? Now, Officer Buckle, I'm sure they like him, but they loved seeing Gloria because she's so funny. His favorite letter was written on a star-shaped piece of paper, and it said, You and Gloria make a good team. Your friend Claire. P.S. I always wear a crash helmet. Safety tip number 7. I hope you guys all wear helmets, especially when you're biking or skateboarding, that type of thing. You just want to make sure you don't hit your head. Anyway, Officer Buckle was thumbtacking Claire's letter to his bulletin board when the phones started ringing. Grade schools, high schools, daycare centers were calling about the safety speech. Officer Buckle, they said, our students want to hear your safety tips, and please bring along your police dog. Officer Buckle told his safety tips to 313 schools. Everywhere he and Gloria went, children sat up and they listened. Remember, you listen with your ears. After every speech, Officer Buckle took Gloria out for ice cream. Officer Buckle loved having a buddy. I'm sure that he does love having a buddy. I'm sure all of you love having buddies too. Then one day, a television news team videotaped Officer Buckle in the State College auditorium. So look at that huge crowd of people. That's a lot of people. But his television crew from a television station is there. When he finished, safety tip number 99, do not go swimming during electrical storms. The students jumped to their feet and applauded. Bravo! Bravo! They cheered. Officer Buckle bowed again and again. But look at what is happening over here. Who is that? Does he realize, do you think, what's going on over here? I don't know. Let's see. That night, Officer Buckle watched himself on the 10 o'clock news. What do you think Officer Buckle is going to see? Take a minute and think about it. I bet you know. Look, he looks like he's eating popcorn. Gloria's looking like, I didn't do anything. The next day, the principal of Napville School telephoned the police station. Good morning, Officer Buckle. It's time for our safety speech. Officer Buckle frowned. That means, kind of like that. Not happy, not smiling, but kind of, I'm not giving any more speeches. Nobody looks at me anyway. Oh, said Mrs. Topple. Well, how about Gloria? Could she come? Someone else from the police station gave Gloria a ride to the school. Gloria sat on stage, looking lonely. Then she fell asleep. So did the audience. After Gloria left, Napville School had its biggest accident ever. So I wonder why this time. So here's Gloria, and all the kids love Gloria, but who's missing? Is it just Gloria alone? Or Gloria and Officer Buckle that make it all wonderful and fun and a learning experience too? Do you think it's one or both? I think it's both. It started with a puddle of banana pudding. Splat, splatter, sploosh. Everyone slid smack into Mrs. Topple, who screamed and let go of her banner. Uh-oh. What happened? What happened? And remember, they were learning safety tips from Officer Buckle, and Gloria was kind of like the entertainment. So they paid attention to what he was saying and enjoyed Gloria at the same time. So they weren't paying attention to those safety tips. So look at that. Everyone's falling, especially Mrs. Topple. And she was standing on that swivel chair, remember? She shouldn't have stood there. The next morning, a pile of letters arrived at the police station. Every letter had a drawing of the accident. Officer Buckle was shocked. At the bottom of the pile was a note written on a paper star. Officer Buckle smiled. The note said, Gloria missed you yesterday. Your friend Claire. Now remember, Claire wrote that other star note that he really enjoyed before. So this is her second one. P.S. Don't worry, I was wearing my helmet. Safety tip number 7. So she was talking about her helmet before, and she's still wearing it. Gloria gave Officer Buckle a big kiss on the nose. Officer Buckle gave Gloria a nice pat on the back. Then Officer Buckle thought of his best safety tip yet. Wonder what that could be. Let's see. Safety tip number 101. Always stick with your buddy. The end. And here's some more of those safety tips that Officer Buckle has. Let me read a couple. Never leave a bar of soap where someone might step on it. Look. Looks like Gloria slipped in the bathtub, because that's what could happen. Here, I'll read one more. Never fly kites near power lines. Yeah, that's a good idea. You want an open space where the kites can fly freely and not get caught in anything. So, that was the story of Officer Buckle and Gloria. And here they are on the back cover, taking a final bow. And I hope you enjoyed this book. It was really good. And again, this book won a Caldecott medal for the illustrations. The illustrations are the pictures, and those illustrations are illustrations that best tell the story. The illustrations go along very well with the text or the words that the author wrote. In this story, Peggy Rathman did both the words and the illustrations. So she won the award in 1995, the year that this book was written. So I hope you enjoyed the story. Maybe what you could do is think of your own safety tips. Maybe you can write some safety tips. Whatever you can think of that might be important for your house or your family. A way that you can be safe. So maybe you can write about it, draw about it. Maybe you can draw a picture of Officer Buckle and Gloria performing or talking about that safety tip. So those are some fun things you might be able to do today. All right, I miss you all. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you enjoyed listening to my reading of Officer Buckle and Gloria. Mwah. Take care. Have a good day. Bye.